Seventh match is WWF Tag Team Championship, Demolition versus the Hart Foundation.
Yes.
I mean, this is just great.
Yeah.
You know, the Hart Foundation are really, really good. And Superstar Billy Graham says, Mr. Fuji is in this match as well, one of the managers. Superstar Billy Graham says the line, "The man from Japan, you understand?"
With the mouth of the South and the man from Japan, you understand, sitting around the fireplace talking things over.
Right.
Nice. He didn't
10 out
put
of
the
10.
Yeah, that's I'll take that.
Yeah,
best thing he does in this.
Yeah, it really is. And this is the crowd reaction in this match is amazing. I mean,
just everyone's kind of. Well, I'm not a big fan of Demolition, but I thought everyone else was really good.
Yeah,
I mean, excepting Mr. Fuji, obviously.
I love watching the good tag teams, and sometimes when they have a magic match, this one is really, really worth watching. I mean, there's a bit where Neidhart jumps over the top rope, and at the time, no one had really seen that. He's a big bloke as well.
Yeah,
the crowd go unhinged. So exciting.
Everyone just seemed on form in this whole kind of episode. It's so.
And this is also the sort of start of a 3-year period where Bret Hart, every match he's in is good, and you can just see him growing and growing and growing. There's an inevitability about him being the biggest star in the world, and you can see it here in everything he does. The crowd love him, and he's just he is phenomenally good, phenomenally good. Eighth match, Big Boss Man versus Koko Beware.
Yeah,
I love this match. I think this is probably Koko Beware's best pay-per-view match. He's not got very many, but this was fantastic. You've got this tiny little Koko taking on this great big repressive police state monster, and the crowd think at some points he might just win. There's one move he does which is the funniest thing I've ever seen, where the Boss Man is in the ropes and Koko bounces off the other ropes, and you can see him going, "What am I going to do?" And he just goes, "I'm just going to launch myself at his face." And he does that, and he just bounces back off him, and the Boss Man is reeling. It's both of them are as good as they'll ever be in this match.
Yeah, well,
really good fun.
Big Boss Man, you sort of find out how fucking gigantic that man is.
Yeah.
I don't know where Big Boss Man and Slick's friendship began. Because one's a correctional officer and the other one's a pimp.
Yes.
So
I mean, you can see how they might have met.
Yeah.
In fairness.
Yeah, to be fair,
again, like Slick with his stable of people he shouldn't have met. No. He's a jive-talking pimp. You know, it's never explicitly said he's a pimp. Yeah. But I think we can all agree he's portraying a pimp. He's got friends who are Bolsheviks, communists, correctional officers, a white man who thinks he's from Africa in a keme. It's just mental. It's absolutely madness.
When Big Boss Man proper does in Coco, Slick's like, "I told him to do that. I told him to do that." That was very big of you, Slick.
There's a little bit where Koko Beware does a drop kick off the top rope. And again, nowadays, very standard move. And at the time, you just didn't see those.
Right.
And he does it, and it looks like he executes the Boss Man. It's just, the Boss Man's head it just seems like it's incredible that it doesn't roll off like in a cartoon and just keep rolling. It is such a good little match, this. And it's just, Koko Beware is so heroic, but you know he's never going to win. Yeah. And that's something exciting about that. He's setting the Boss Man up for better things, but in a weird way, this is as good as it gets. Yeah. And it was so much fun.
I enjoyed it immensely.
Well, I'll tell you what, he might have problems here if he does.
Oh, look at he nailed him with a nightstick.
I know Jack Tunney, the president of the World Wrestling Federation, is watching, and I want this man suspended for that, brother.
Some fines could be in order. Frankie looking down at the defeated Koko Beware. Let's go back.
Match 9 is Jake the Snake Roberts versus Hercules. I'm gonna fess up with you here. I enjoyed the bit where Hercules at the end gets hit with the DDT, and then Jake takes ages to roll over, but Herc doesn't kick out because the DDT is so deadly. Great. Yeah. The rest of it, I started doing other things. I got bored.
I was mainly concentrating on the weird things that the commentators said.
Yeah.
Listen to the thundering noise for Jake the Snake Roberts. There wasn't really much thundering noise for Jake the Snake Roberts because we'd seen him before.
That's the problem.
Gorilla tries to say pay-per-view 3 times and fails. He says pay-per-view. 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 Gorilla says Damien the Snake doing what he or she wants to do. I think we've got to take Jake the Snake's word as to what sex Damien is.
I like it because it sounds really modern.
Yeah.
Like Gorilla is like, the one thing I'm not going to do.
Gender fluid snakes.
Look, it's up to the snake, right? Good on you, Gorilla.
And it was all very strange. And it was a Thanksgiving night Survivor Series advert, which spooked me out because a lot of tubular bells in wrestling. And there was just too much tubular bells action. So
I love all of the music from this era. I would happily listen to it for hour after hour.
And Hercules doesn't even know it. He's out cold. The DDT took him out cold, brother Gorilla.
Look at that. Damien just doing whatever he or she wants to do. Let's go back and take a look.
Hello, I'm Pete from WrestleMania.
Hello, I'm Mark from WrestleMania.
That was a nice salute. We can be found over on our Patreon, patreon.com/WrestleMe. You get weekly podcasts, a monthly fantastic newsletter that's absolutely gigantic. It's ginormous. You get weekly podcasts advert-free, and you also get these videos advert-free. It's patreon.com/WrestleMe.
We've done loads of stuff there, so go and look at it. There's loads.
And then we get to the main event, which is the Mega Powers versus the Mega Bucks. The Mega Powers are Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage, and the Mega Bucks are Andre the Giant and the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase.
Yes.
And now both of them under the guidance of Elizabeth.
Oh, that's right. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Elizabeth really got lucky when Hulk decided to come over to the Macho Man's team. I'm telling you, brother.
This is going to be a happening. It already is.
Gorilla Monsoon says it's a happening.
Yay.
For the last time we've got it, Gorilla. All right, yeah, we know it's a happening. I loved this match. I loved it. I thought Andre. This is after WrestleMania 4, where Andre is not good, and actually Andre is great here.
Yeah,
there's a tag team match, and he seems to be having really good fun. Jesse Ventura is the special referee, and you can see Andre pushing Jesse a bit, and he's laughing about bits and bobs, and he's just animated. There's something really nice about it. He does a great bit with his strap, where he starts choking Hogan with it. Unusual as well. It's a match where Hogan does a lot of selling, and it's actually better.
Yeah,
it's better
he actually works harder on taking the moves. Why is Jesse allowed to wear whatever the fuck he wants, even though he's a referee in this one?
I don't know. I don't
put him
think...
in you could have judged up a referee's costume quite easily.
Very much so. I'm going to tell you this. I think Jesse is slightly out for himself in all these things. He's not really a massive team player.
No.
The very fact he tries to organise a union is slightly sort of says that he's not just like a company man.
No, yeah.
And I think in this, I just don't think he's a company man. I think they probably said, we'll give you a referee suit. And he'll go, I'm not wearing that. I've got a brand. These cost $40, all of this outfit. I'm not wasting that money.
I spend a lot of money on ammonium chloride to make this tie-dye shit that I've made.
He is really good in this, Jesse, as well. There's a good bit at the start where he decides to move the tag ropes. You don't see tag ropes anymore, but they were always the thing where you had to hold on to that rope at all times to make sure you weren't too far away.
Yeah.
But he moves them onto other corners, and it's just that thing of that they're sort of going, he's being truculent, and that makes it exciting. There's a really simple end bit where he's obviously taking this money from the $1 Million Man because he's a bad guy, and he doesn't want to count 3, and the Macho Man has to force his hand down, and then he looks fucked off. It's just it's really, really good. They are sweating so much. It looks, I mean, there's a bit where Ted DiBiase, it looks like he's come out of a swimming pool to be there, where he's just dripping. And then they have this end bit when everything looks as bleak as it can look. Miss Elizabeth, she stands up on the ring and she takes off her skirt.
Yeah, Bucks Fizz style.
Yeah, exactly. Now, at the time, this was the sexiest thing that had ever been seen in wrestling. No one could believe it. And watching it back, she clearly didn't feel that comfortable about it.
No, but to be fair, she never looked very comfortable about anything she ever did in the ring.
She walks down, she takes this dress off, and then she walks down, and it's just sort of like bikini bottoms, red bikini bottoms, and she's got a sort of skirt that covers her, but she looks like she's full of shame. And she does this walk, and it's not sexy in any way. And what you get is you get Jesse and $1 Million Man and Andre absolutely transfixed at this. I mean, Jesus Christ. Have they never seen a woman? It's not even like a nude woman. Just a woman. A woman. And they are so transfixed that everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it's such a disappointing ending.
Yeah. It takes you out of the actual craft of what these men have created, really.
Yeah, there's a bit where I think just after that where Randy Savage hits the Savage elbow. He does it from about 3/4 of the ring away.
Yeah.
I mean, it's astonishing, the athleticism on that. It really, so good in this bit as well. They also lay the seeds for next year's WrestleMania, which is WrestleMania 5, where you see Hogan hugging Elizabeth, and just for a moment, Randy Savage is like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
And then it passes. Right. And it's just, they had year-long build-ups. That all the seeds are just being placed there. Really nice. There's a bit right at the end, Hogan throws Elizabeth's skirt into the crowd, and someone catches it, and I just want to know where that is now. I mean, that is one of those things that you sort of go, an iconic piece of wrestling history is the dress that Elizabeth pulled off at SummerSlam 88. I should imagine that was thrown out by someone's disgusted mother after about 3 months.
Rigid. Under a teenager's bed. Good. So a rather unedifying end to a really fun fucking show.
Well done, SummerSlam 88.
I'm so glad we did this one, to be quite frank.
I really, really, really enjoyed it. Actually, I would go as far to say it is worth watching this.
Yeah.
It really is. It's not been a waste of
time. You should work for the network, mate.
Hulkster, along with the Macho Man, extremely happy about the turn of events here. With their manager, the lovely Elizabeth.